Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba dániwáyé ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọba tó ka èmi àti ẹ̀yin sí ní àkókò tí ẹ̀ ń wo ìkànnì TVWest yìí. A mú ètò kan pàtàkì. Kí la pè ètò náà? Kí ni Bíbélì sọ? Lórí ètò yìí la ó ti máa jíròrò, la ó ti pe àwọn akọni ẹ̀dá, àwọn tó mọ̀ ti fún tẹ̀dọ̀ inú Bíbélì, ìyẹn àwọn àlùfáà, àwọn pásítọ̀ tí wọ́n mọ ibi tí wọ́n dojú ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run kọ nínú Bíbélì, ibi tí a ó ti máa jíròrò àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ta kókó. Lónìí, àlùfáà wà nínú ilé agodo níbí báyìí. Ìyẹn àlùfáà wo ni mò ń pè rí? The Venerable Simeon Ajayi láti inú ìjọ The African Church Emmanuel Parish Ọgbà. Àwọn ni a ó jìjọ máa gbé àkórí ọ̀rọ̀ tòní ni pé kí ni Bíbélì sọ lórí ìdámẹ́wàá àti ọrẹ. Orúkọ mi ò yí padà, Àbọ́sẹ̀dé Adégbóyèga lórúkọ mi. Ẹ máa bá wa. Ẹ̀yin ará ilé, ẹ bá mi kí káàbọ̀ sínú ìkànnì yìí lówùúrọ̀ yìí. Àlùfáà àgbà ìjọ The African Church Emmanuel Parish Ọgbà, The Venerable Simeon Ajayi. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ bá mi kí àwọn ará ilé.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, a kí gbogbo àwọn ará ilé ìgbẹ́ tẹ̀ ń wò wá pé àkókò yìí, àgbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run àánú àfi àánú ẹ̀ àǹfààní gbé nígbà gbogbo lórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Lákòókò yìí, a ó máa ṣàgbéyẹ̀wò kókó ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ wípé kí ni Bíbélì sọ lórí ìdámẹ́wàá àti ọrẹ. Nínú Bíbélì àwọn kan gbàgbọ́ wípé wọ́n kọ síbẹ̀ pé dandan ni kí a máa san ìdámẹ́wàá. Àwọn kan sì gbàgbọ́ pé torí àwọn èèyàn Ísírẹ́lì lásìkò yẹn òfin Mosaic òun ni wọ́n ń lò. Òye ló sọ wípé kí wọ́n máa san ìdá mẹ́wàá. Kí ni ẹ lè bá wa sọ nípa ìdá mẹ́wàá?
Ìdá mẹ́wàá gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti pè ní èdè Yorùbá, mo mọ̀ pé ní ayé tí a wà lónìí ó ti jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó ti dá àríyànjiyàn tó pọ̀ sílẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá wò ó lọ síbi tí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, a rí i pé ìdá mẹ́wàá ò yẹ kó jẹ́ ohun tó máa di àríyànjiyàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ń fà á nínú. Ní kúkúrú èdè, ìdá mẹ́wàá ní bí Yorùbá ṣe pé ó jẹ́ ìdá mẹ́wàá ohun tí èèyàn ní a fi fún Ọlọ́run. Ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá ńlá wa tí a pè ní Ábúráhámù. Níbẹ̀ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó san ìdá mẹ́wàá nìyẹn. Sísan ìdá mẹ́wàá ti ẹ̀dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ́ kì í ṣe pé Ọlọ́run ló pa á láṣẹ fún láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Òun fúnra ara ẹ̀ láti inú ẹ̀ ló fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí Ọlọ́run. Bàbá wò ó nínú Bíbélì, ìwé Genesis orí 14, a rí ńbẹ̀ Ábúráhámù jáde ó lọ ja ogun láti gba Lot sílẹ̀ kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó kó àwọn ará Sódómù àti Lot, nítorí gbà yẹn Lot ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Sódómù, so ogun wá ja ilẹ̀ Sódómù àti Gòmórà, so wọ́n kó Lot pẹ̀lú àwọn ogun yẹn, so Lot dẹ̀ jẹ́ bí àbúrò sí Ábúráhámù, so Ábúráhámù jáde ó lọ jagun ó dẹ̀ gba Lot sílẹ̀, ó tún kó ẹrù ó kẹrù ó kó wálé, so nígbà tó fi wá délé inú ẹ̀ dùn pé bí ogun yẹn ṣe le tó òun ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ láti borí, so ó wá ní òun dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run láti inú ọkàn rẹ̀ ló fi sọ pé ó pe gbogbo nǹkan tó ń kọ́ lójú ogun yẹn ìdá mẹ́wàá ẹ̀ òun fi fún ẹ tí a pè ní Mèkísédékì nínú Genesis chapter 14 yẹn, a pè ní ọba Salem, king of Salem. Àdìtú mìíràn nìyẹn ká fi yẹn sílẹ̀, so òun ni ẹni tí Ábúráhámù fún ní ìdá mẹ́wàá ní àkókò yẹn, so ó jẹ́ ohun tó ti inú ẹ̀ wá tí olóyìnbó ń pè ní voluntary act of gratitude to God. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó ń tẹ̀síwájú lábẹ́ òfin Mósè gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ, so àwọn èèyàn rí i pé òkè Ábúráhámù ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, Jákọ́bù ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, so kẹ́ka kúkú fi ká sọ di òfin fún gbogbo ènìyàn láti máa mú ìdá mẹ́wàá wá fún sí ilé Ọlọ́run, torí pé oore ọ̀fẹ́ yìí á jẹ́ kí a lè ṣe ìtọ́jú àwọn ọmọ Léfì àti àwọn mìíràn tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò ní àǹfààní láti ní àwọn ohun tí wọ́n tó yẹ kán ní láti fi tọ́jú ara wọn, àwọn bí opó, àwọn ọmọ aláìní bàbá àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. So torí ìdí èyí ni a ṣe sọ di òfin lábẹ́ òfin Mósè wípé kí gbogbo ènìyàn kí wọ́n máa mú ìdá mẹ́wàá èrè oko àbí ohun gbogbo tó tí Ọlọ́run bá pèsè fún wọn kí wọ́n máa mú wá. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fi àṣẹ sí, so láti ìgbà yẹn ló ti di òfin tí àwọn ará Ísírẹ́lì ń tẹ̀lé.
Ní àwọn ará Ísírẹ́lì ni wọ́n ń tẹ̀lé, bọ̀ ní òde òní àòsí láyé ìgbà àwọn Ísírẹ́lì gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, sọ wípé voluntarily bàbá wa Ábúráhámù ni wọ́n sọ wípé kí a máa san ìdá mẹ́wàá, kì í ṣe òfin láti ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá. Àwa sọ pé wọ́n ti sọ di òfin, ǹjẹ́ ó pọn dandan fún Kìrìsìtẹ́nì láti máa san?
Ní gbogbo ọ̀nà generally, bóyá ẹ̀kan lóṣù, ẹ̀kan lọ́sẹ̀, ojoojúmọ́, ìdá mẹ́wàá ohun tí ó yẹ kí ó jẹ́ ni wípé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ ohun tí ènìyàn ń ṣe láti inú ọkàn rẹ̀ láti fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí Ọlọ́run. Ní ti ìhà bóyá kó jẹ́ dandan àbí kó má jẹ́ dandan, mo fẹ́ ká wò ó ní ìwò wípé ká má wò ó gẹ́gẹ́ bí òfin, ká wò ó bí ìwò pé kí ni ìdí ẹ̀ tí a fi sọ di òfin lábẹ́ òfin Mósè. Ìdí ẹ̀ ni wípé gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ká lè ní àwọn nǹkan láti fi pèsè fún àwọn ọmọ Léfì, àwọn aláìní, àwọn opó, àwọn àlejò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
bí a bá wo eléyìí dáadáa ní àwòjinlẹ̀, ó yẹ ká wò ó ní ọkàn wa wípé ohun tí ìdí tí a fi sọ di òfin ni láti máa ṣe ìpèsè fún àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún. tó bá bá wò ó ní ìwò yẹn, ká tún wò ó pẹ̀lú ohun tí Ábúráhámù ṣe láti fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí Ọlọ́run. Kò yẹ kí á tiẹ̀ ṣe sọ fún onígbàgbọ́ kan káṣẹ́ kàn pa fún ẹ àbí káṣẹ́ sọ fún ẹ pé òfin dè ẹ́ pé kó san ìdámẹ́wàá. Ó yẹ kó rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀nà láti fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore ó ṣiṣẹ́, Ọlọ́run fún ọ ní èrè. Torí pé kì í ṣe ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí onígbàgbọ́ gbàgbọ́ pé ohunkóhun tí ènìyàn bá ní kì í ṣe nípa ipá, kì í ṣe nípa agbára, kì í ṣe nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run. So bí a bá rí oore ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn gbà tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó ní èrè, bóyá ó ń gbowó oṣù ní gbowó oṣù àbí bóyá ó ń tajà tó ní àwọn èrè lórí ẹ̀, ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ fi ọkàn dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run mo dúpẹ́ o, so fún eléyìí tí ẹ ṣe fún mi nínú èrè tí mo rí yìí, mo fi eléyìí fún ẹ.
Ó dáa, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wò báyìí. Èmi bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, oníṣẹ́ oṣù ni mí, mò ń gbowó oṣù. Bóyá mo gba 100,000. Mo tún ń ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀bù, mò ń tajà ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tún fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí mi, ó di ọ̀nà mẹ́ta, àbí? Ṣé nínú owó oṣù mi yẹn ni mo ti máa yan ìdámẹ́wàá ni? Àbí nínú owó ṣọ́ọ̀bù ni mo ti máa yan ìdámẹ́wàá ni? Tàbí nínú owó ẹ̀bùn owó tí wọ́n fún mi, ṣé náà ni màá ti yan ìdámẹ́wàá? Àbí lórí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí bá ṣàkójọpọ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ni màá ti yan ìdámẹ́wàá? Èwo gangan ni ìdámẹ́wàá nínú mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta?
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Tábàdíkà wò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí ó wà nínú òfin Mósè, ó ní nínú èrè oko àbí iṣẹ́ tí èèyàn bá ń ṣe kan yọ ìdámẹ́wàá kúrò. So tábàdíkà wò ìyẹn ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ò di ayé òde òní pé lórí bóyá wọ́n gba sálárì wọ́n á yọ, àbí bóyá lórí pé bóyá wọ́n ń tajà wọ́n á yọ. So bóyá lórí ẹ̀bùn èèyàn kan fún yàn lẹ́bùn àbí nǹkan kan, ẹlòmíì ò kí ń wò lọ sí sáìdì bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n bí Olúwa bá fi sí ènìyàn lọ́kàn, ẹ rí nǹkan tí mo máa ń sọ fún èèyàn pa ìdámẹ́wàá, òun ni eléyìí pé fífún Ọlọ́run ní ìdámẹ́wàá, ohun tó ń sọ ní ọkàn ẹ ni wípé owó tí mo rí yìí àbí owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi, òun kọ́ ni báwo ni Yorùbá ṣe máa pè, òun kọ́ ni source.
Òun kọ́ ni ọ̀nà tí mo gbà pawó.
Òun kọ́ ni source láti pèsè fún mi. Ọlọ́run òun ni source mi. So ohun tí ó túmọ̀ sí lọ́dọ̀ tèmi nìyẹn. Bí ènìyàn bá, because ìdí tí ẹlòmíì fi máa ń wò pé kò ní ìdí ìdámẹ́wàá nìkan, nítorí pé ẹlòmíì lè wo owó tó kó jọ, ẹ wá wò pé tó bá yọ ìdámẹ́wàá lórí ẹ̀, ó wo bí ìdámẹ́wàá ẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó ẹ̀ máa kó ìwé eléyìí ó ti pọ̀ jù, máa kó lẹ̀ fọlọ́run. Lọ́kàn tiẹ̀ nǹkan tó ti ń lò lọ́kàn ẹ̀ ni pé bóun bá yọ owó yẹn, èyí tó kù lè má tó òun náà. Níwàá àwọn tó ń yọ tí wọ́n fi ìgbàgbọ́ sọ́kàn rí pé kì í ṣe owó yẹn gangan ni ó ń tọ́jú mi bí ìbá ṣe Ọlọ́run, wọ́n á yọ láì ronú pé méjì, torí pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò sí ohun tí mo yọ yìí àbí èyí tó ṣẹ́kù, ohun gangan kọ́ ni ohun tó máa gbé mi di bóyá oṣù tó ń bọ̀ àbí whatever, bí kò ṣe wípé mò ń fi fún Ọlọ́run ẹni tó jẹ́ orísun ìpèsè mi. Kò dẹ̀ sí bó ṣe lè pọ̀ tó, bóyá lórí ẹ̀bùn tán fún mi ni o, àbí bóyá lórí owó oṣù ni o, àbí bóyá lórí owó tí mo pa lórí ọjà, kò sí bó ṣe lè pọ̀ tó, mo fi fún Olúwa nítorí pé òun ni orísun ìpèsè fún mi. So ohun tí mo máa ń gba àwọn ènìyàn níyànjú nìyẹn, nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ rí gan nìyẹn, torí pé ọkàn kì í ṣe pé nípa kákan wípé mo ń tẹ̀lé òfin ní ká máa ṣe, mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe, no, ọkàn tó fi ṣe. Jésù sọ nínú ìwé Matthew orí 23, ibẹ̀ ló ti bá àwọn Farisí wí, tó láwọn ẹ̀ mú òfin yẹn gan pé o gbọ́dọ̀ san ìdámẹ́wàá, o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí, o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. So ìyẹn ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn máa ń kóòtù láyé òde òní, Matthew 23 pé Jésù gan ò fara mọ́ ìdámẹ́wàá, because Bíbélì yẹn sọ níbẹ̀, Jésù sọ fún àwọn Farisí, ó ní ègbé ni fún yín ẹ̀yin Farisí, torí pé ẹ̀yin san ìdámẹ́wàá mìntì àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin ẹ fi ọ̀ràn tó tóbi jù nínú òfin ẹ fi sílẹ̀ láì ṣe, èyí ni àánú, òtítọ́ àti òdodo. Ó ní ẹ fi wọ́n yẹn sílẹ̀, ó ní ẹ wá ń san ìdámẹ́wàá. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó máa parí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ mẹ́ẹ̀, ó ní gbogbo ìwọ̀n yìí ni ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ fi sílẹ̀ láì ṣe, àti ìdámẹ́wàá náà. So ohun tó ń sọ ni wípé mi ò ní kẹ́ má sàn dá mẹ́wàá o ṣùgbọ́n ohun tó ṣe pàtàkì jù ìdí tí Ọlọ́run kan fi sọ pé ká ẹ ṣe ni pé láti fi pèsè fún àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún láti ṣe bó ti tọ́ ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tẹ́ bá ń san ìdá mẹ́wàá ṣùgbọ́n ẹ fìyà jẹ lòmíì àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ẹ pọ́n wọn lójú kí ni àǹfààní ìdá mẹ́wàá tẹ́ ń san.
tó dáa jẹ́ ká wá wò láti bí ṣé dandan ni kó jẹ́ pé ìjọ Ọlọ́run ni mo máa san ìdá mẹ́wàá sí mo lè lérò àwọn ọmọ Léfì lọ́ní ká fún ní ìdá mẹ́wàá àbí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
tí máa rò pé mi ò sọ ìdá mẹ́wàá tèmi sínú ìjọ mo fẹ́ fi ìdá mẹ́wàá mi mo fẹ́ fi fún àlùfáà àbí mo fẹ́ fún pásítọ̀ ṣó tọ̀nà.
ok láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ńgbà tó di òfin lábẹ́ òfin Mósè àwọn ọmọ Léfì ló ń gbà ìdá mẹ́wàá ẹ mọ̀ nínú àwọn ọmọ Jákọ́bù 12 ni wọ́n so ìran Léfì nínú gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Jákọ́bù ìran wọn ni wọn ò ní ìpín bóyá a pín ilẹ̀ fún wọn torí pé a pè wọ́n ní ọmọ Léfì so a gbàgbọ́ pé nínú iṣẹ́ Léfì iṣẹ́ àlùfáà nìkan ti lọ máa jẹ so nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a ṣe sọ pé àwọn nìkan máa gba ìdá mẹ́wàá ẹ wá sí ayé òde òní nírú ìjọ tí èmi ti wá tó jẹ́ African Church ètò ti wà ètò bíi pé ẹni tó bá jẹ́ àlùfáà nínú ìjọba ó ń gba sálárì lóṣooṣù àti ṣètò pé tóṣù bá parí òye báyìí la máa fún ẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó oṣù ẹ so nítorí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ó bá ti ń gba sálárì tá a ti ń ṣètò ìpèsè wà fún so ìdá mẹ́wàá yẹn ó kúkú lọ sínú church níbi tá a ti ṣètò pákéjì owó oṣù fún àlùfáà yẹn so that is why tó fi jẹ́ pé ní ayé òde òní a gba àwọn èèyàn ní ìmọ̀ràn pé ẹ san sí church especially àwọn ìjọ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ètò owó oṣù fún àlùfáà.
ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni fún mi pé mi ò fẹ́ fi tèmi sí inú ìjọ àlùfáà ni mo fẹ́ fún tàbí kí n fi fún aláìní níta tí ò ṣe nínú ìjọ ẹ mọ̀ mo lè dédé wò pé ìdá mẹ́wàá tèmi obìnrin kan wà lọ́nà àdúgbò mi àgbàdo ló ń ta ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ṣé mo lè lo ìdá mẹ́wàá mi yẹn mo lè lo láti fi ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ kó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ìtẹ́wọ́gbà níwájú Ọlọ́run pé mo ti san ìdá mẹ́wàá.
ó ṣeéṣe láti jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ ìtẹ́wọ́gbà níwájú Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ bá san ní ìlànà yẹn ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbàgbé ni wípé kò gbọ́dọ̀ sí ààyè nínú ìjọ tẹ́ ń lọ láti sọ wípé bóyá wọn ò rí owó oṣù àlùfáà san ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yẹn yé yín torí pé pàtàkì ni wípé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìtọ́jú àlùfáà.
àwọn ilé ìjọsìn kan lóde òní wọ́n máa ń fi ègún sí orí pé tó bá ti san ìdá mẹ́wàá nǹkan báyìí ló máa ṣe é nǹkan báyìí ṣé Bíbélì ṣe sọ nìyẹn pé dandan ni kí wọ́n fi ègún lé ẹni tí ò san ìdá mẹ́wàá.
irú ìyẹn mo fẹ́ gbàgbọ́ pé wọ́n ń lo ìwé Málákì tẹ́lẹ̀ rántí Málákì náà sọ ń pa ìdá mẹ́wàá orí 3 ó ní láti ẹnu wòlíì Málákì ó sọ pé Ọlọ́run sọ pé ẹ̀yin jà mí ní olè ọ̀nà wo lẹ fi ń gbàjà mí ní olè nípa ìdá mẹ́wàá àti ọrẹ ó wá tẹ̀síwájú ẹni gbogbo ìdá mẹ́wàá wá sílé mọ́ kí oúnjẹ lè wà ní ilé mi ó ní ẹ fi èyí dán mi wò bí èmi kì yóò bá kòkòrò ajẹnirun wí lórí yín so ẹlòmíì máa ń mú bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ó túmọ̀ sí pé tó o bá san kòkòrò ajẹnirun lè
jẹ iṣẹ́ o
ó lè jẹ ẹ́ o tó yẹn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa ń lò ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run wa kì í ṣe ẹni tó jẹ́ pé kì í ṣọba àkà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ju èyí tó ju ọ̀rọ̀ ìdámẹ́wàá lọ Ọlọ́run á tún wò wọ́n báyìí
a tún dárí jì wá.
àwa gangan ló yẹ ká wò pé ojúṣe lélẹ̀ kò dìgbà tó jẹ́ pé bóyá wọ́n bá ṣe threatening ẹ pé tó bá sọ ọ báyìí máa ṣe ìgbà yẹn lọ lómi náà yẹ kó jẹ́ láti ọkàn rẹ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
ẹ̀yin ará ilé mo lérò wípé ẹ ti rí nǹkan ẹyọ kan tàbí méjì mú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tí àlùfáà wa the venerable Simeon Ajayi láti ìjọ the African Church Emmanuel Parish number 1 Thomas Alako Street Ìjàyè-Ọgbà tí wọ́n bá wa yànnàná láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn ìbéèrè kan ti ń wọlé láti àwọn ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn aráalé ní báyìí ká tó máa mú àwọn ìbéèrè yẹn gbéyẹ̀wò ẹ jẹ́ ká dé òkè náà. káàbọ̀ padà sórí ètò kí ni bíbélì sọ lórí ìkànnì TVWest. ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan ìbéèrè ló ti wọlé àtọ̀ sí àwọn ìbéèrè lórí ìdámẹ́wàá o. ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ tí mo ní níbí báyìí ló sọ wípé akínyìn o àǹtí Abọ́sẹ̀dé à ń gbádùn ètò yín. ìbéèrè tèmi kì í ṣe lórí ìdámẹ́wàá àti ọrẹ o. ìbéèrè tèmi ni pé kí ni bíbélì sọ lórí ká máa mu sìgá tàbí ká ya tàtù ká dá imú lu. ǹjẹ́ kí ni bíbélì sọ lórí ẹ̀? ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ bíbélì kọ́kọ́ fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé kò dáa fún ọmọ ènìyàn láti dámú lu tàbí láti ya tàtù sára?
dá imú lu.
àǹtí Fọláṣadé Phillips láti Arigidi Àkókó nípínlẹ̀ Ondo ni wọ́n béèrè ìbéèrè yìí.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèyàn kan mi ò kì í ṣe àlùfáà tó máa ń sọ pé òfin nǹkan tó òfin bá sọ ẹ tẹ̀lé àbí báyìí. èmi máa ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ìjọsìn pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìbáṣepọ̀ nínú ọkàn yìí àti Olúwa. mo máa ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn ohun tẹ́ ẹ sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá tàtú
wọ́n dá mú lu wọ́n dá dòdò lu wọ́n dá hán lu wọ́n ṣe Jẹ́ríkò yìí.
nínú Bíbélì láyé àtijọ́ wọ́n rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí irú tàtú mi a rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣà àwọn ilẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ilẹ̀ kan wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì lọ a pè àwọn kan ní báwo ni Bíbélì ṣe pè wọ́n bí àwọn Gentiles àwọn tí ẹ mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ka àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ẹni lójú Ọlọ́run. àwọn ilẹ̀ àwọn míì wọ́n bí àwọn ará Kénáánì àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwọn yẹn Ọlọ́run lé wọn kúrò nílẹ̀ wọn tí àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. so àwọn yẹn ó ní àṣà táwọn ń ṣe Ọlọ́run mìíràn làwọn yẹn ń sìn ní ọ̀dọ̀ tiwọn irú tàtú yẹn ń sìn ó jẹ́ bí ọ̀nà tí àwọn fi ń jọ́sìn fún Ọlọ́run wọn. so ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú àwọn àṣà yẹn ní Ọlọ́run kó tẹ́ bá dé ilẹ̀ tẹ́ ń lọ ilẹ̀ àjèjì ní o ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ lọ gbà ẹ má darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kẹ́ lọ máa ṣe àwọn àṣà tí wọ́n ń ṣe o ṣe yín máa ẹ̀. so òun ni ó fi dàbí ẹni pé nínú Bíbélì ọ̀ wò bí ẹni pé ní àwọn májẹ̀mú láéláé àìlọ́wọ́ sí ṣùgbọ́n ẹ bá wá tó wá wò wá sí àṣà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe mọ̀ pé fashion àbẹ́mù. àwọn
ìyá wa láyé ọjọ́ sí wọ́n fi kọ orúkọ wọn sí Àgbékẹ́ Àdùnní.
sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yìí so tábà wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ kẹ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbà bí gbà ọtí a kàn máa tanra wa jẹ ni a dẹ̀ fi àwọn nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì sílẹ̀ láì ṣe. èmi á máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé ohun tó máa ṣe irú ọ̀rọ̀ tí sìgá mímu àbí wọ̀tẹ́gbà
sìgá mímu náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
ó wà gẹ́gẹ́ ni ẹ ṣe sọ àti tẹ́lòmíì bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi nípa ọtí mímu náà gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ìdí tí Ọlọ́run ṣe máa sọ wípé ẹ má ṣe báyìí òun ni nítorí wípé kí ni àtúbọ̀tán àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí tó máa fà sí ìlera ara rẹ̀. so bó bá ti ń ṣe nǹkan kan tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé ó máa ní àtúbọ̀tán tó lè kó bá àgọ́ ara ẹ̀ ara wọn
àwọn nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ ká yàgò fún nìyẹn nítorí ara wa dẹ̀ ni kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run ò fi òfin sílẹ̀ nítorí tiẹ̀ gbogbo òfin tẹ́ bá rí torí pé torí ara wa ni o kì í ṣe torí bóyá ẹ pa òfin mọ́ ẹ pòfin mọ́ Ọlọ́run jọ́ Ọlọ́run lọ.
ìyẹn ni pé ẹni tó bá ṣe Jẹ́ríkò ẹ̀bí alọ́mọkùnrin tó ya tàtú tó dá múlu ṣùgbọ́n tí iṣẹ́ ìsìn ẹ̀ pé lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba ǹjẹ́ nǹkan kò lẹ́ṣẹ̀.
ohun mìíràn tún ni wípé ohun tó bá ti ṣe tó bá máa mú ẹlòmíràn kọsẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan mo ṣe wà yìí èmi fẹ́ràn tàtú yẹn ó ní báwọn kan ṣe máa ṣe tó jẹ́ pé tí n bá rí báyìí ó máa wù mí.
tọ́
ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò lè ṣe nítorí pé tí n bá ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí àlùfáà tí àwọn èèyàn wò àwòkọ́ṣe ẹlòmíì lè lọ ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́nà tó jẹ́ wípé ó máa di àkóbá fún un.
ó dà ìbéèrè yìí rèé láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti Èrúwà Precious Olúfẹ́mi ó sọ wípé wọ́n sọ pé ìpè máa dún pé rapture máa wà ṣé lásìkò yìí ni ìgbà wo ni rapture yẹn fẹ́ dé gan ṣé báyìí máa ń wò ní ọjọ́ àmáwòmáwò wọn tó wá pé ó fún fèrè ni tàbí bó gangan lọ́kọ́ sí ó lóun ti ṣèwádìí nínú Bíbélì òun ò rí bí tó kọ rapture sí nínú Bíbélì ǹjẹ́ lè bá wọn fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀.
ìpè máa dún rapture àti ìpadàbọ̀ Jésù lẹ́ẹ̀kejì àwọn èèyàn máa ń kó mọ́ra ìpadàbọ̀ Jésù lẹ́ẹ̀kejì àti ìgbàsókè àwọn àyànfẹ́ wà nílé ìjọba wo ìwé Tẹsalóníkà wọn á rí mbẹ Tẹsalóníkà kejì wọn á rí mbẹ bá dẹ̀ wo ìwé Revelation wọn á rí mbẹ so ó kì í ṣe pé bóyá irọ́ nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ni Jésù nígbà tó ń lọ ó lóun padà bọ̀ láti wá kó àwọn àyànfẹ́ tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni gan sọ pé àwọn áńgẹ́lì Ọlọ́run ò lè sọ ṣùgbọ́n ká má gbé ìgbé ayé wa pé ìgbà wo ni rapture fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ má gbé ìgbé ayé ẹ̀ bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé rapture gan ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀la so ẹlòmíì àwọn míì máa calculate pé bóyá tí rapture báyìí di the next 50 years yẹ kí n jẹ ayé mi bó bá ṣe wù mí tó bá ti kù 2 years kí rapture tó ṣẹlẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni máa gbégbé ayé no Ọlọ́run ìyẹn kọ́ lọ́lọ́run sọ fún wa ẹ gbégbé ayé tó dára bóyá rapture máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́la àbí lọ́túnla.
àwọn aráalé wọn sọ wípé àwọn kí àlùfáà wa pé wọ́n kú iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run wọ́n gbàdúrà wọ́n ní òróró yín wọ́n ní kí Ọlọ́run túbọ̀ máa bùkún òróró yín ó wá béèrè ó ní orúkọ wọn ní Jàre Olúṣayọ̀ láti Tọpó ní Badagry nípínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n ní ṣé Ọlọ́run máa ń gbọ́ gbogbo àdúrà àbí àwọn máa ń gba àwọn àdúrà kan àwọn kan máa gbà àwọn kan ò ní gbà ṣé kí ló dé pé kò ṣe gbogbo àdúrà tí èèyàn bá ń gbà lọ́lọ́run máa ń gbà.
nínú àdúrà tí Jésù kọ́ wa ara àwọn kan tó kọ́kọ́ sọ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí ìjọba rẹ dé ìfẹ́ tìrẹ ni kí a ṣe ní ayé wọ́n ti ṣe bí ọ̀hún ó túmọ̀ sí pé nínú àdúrà téèyàn bá ń gbà èyí tẹ́ bá rí pé ó ṣẹ ó túmọ̀ sí pé ìfẹ́ Ọlọ́run wà ìfẹ́ tìrẹ ni kó ṣẹ lábàájú lọ́wọ́ tó bá ń béèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ìfẹ́ Ọlọ́run ló máa ṣẹ o so èyí tó bá dàbí ẹni pé òun béèrè fún ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe àpẹẹrẹ ọmọ kékeré tó ṣẹ̀ ń ṣe kíní tó ti ń béèrè fún jet kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe àbí ń béèrè fún mọ́tò ẹlòmíì máa béèrè fún nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé kíní ẹ̀ ló máa pa Ọlọ́run ò ní fún nírú àkókò yẹn so gbogbo gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi ṣe máa sọ gbogbo àdúrà ló ń gbà ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe máa gbà ló yàtọ̀ so ó lè gbà sí ọ̀nà pé yes Olúwa ti fún ẹ ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ ó lè gbà sí ọ̀nà no Ọlọ́run ò ní fún ẹ torí pé ó lè pa ẹ́ lára ó lè gbà sí ọ̀nà kẹta wípé dúró wait màá ṣe ń gbà tó bá tó àkókò tó máa yẹ.
òyìnbó ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Olúṣọlá Olóyèdé láti Abẹ́òkúta nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn ni wọ́n fi kọ ìbéèrè tuntun wọ́n sọ pé were the miracles in the Bible real historical events or are they symbolic stories?
Miracles in the Bible.
ìyẹn ni pé ṣé àwọn iṣẹ́ àmì tí nínú Bíbélì wọ́n ní ṣó rí o ṣó tó ni àbí wọ́n kàn sọ pé kọ́kọ́ fi ṣe òfegè fáwọn èèyàn.
Yeah, go to Israel now, go to the land of Israel, they will show you where all this thing happened. Ibi tí gbogbo ẹ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n á fi hàn wá.
Ìyẹn bá lọ sí Jerusalem.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ bá lọ sí Jerusalem wọ́n á fi gbogbo ibi tí Jésù ti sọ mi dé ti wá, ibi tí ó ti rìn lórí omi àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà máa fi hàn. So kì í ṣe bóyá òfegè àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lóòótọ́ àti ní òdodo ni. So kẹ́yìn ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan máa gbòbí ẹni pé ìwé ìtàn ni wọ́n kàn fi ń ṣe bí symbol ní ká lè fi àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ pé bóyá symbol ni ẹ fẹ́ sọ pé bóyá Jésù wá sáyé lóòótọ́ nìyẹn. Jésù wá sáyé lóòótọ́, ó dẹ̀ ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ àmì àti iṣẹ́ ìyanu èyí tó máa mú kí àwọn ènìyàn tó gbàgbọ́ nínú agbára Ọlọ́run.
Ó dà lákòótán ẹ bá wa sọ fáwọn ará ilé ohun tó yẹ àti ohun tó tọ́ lórí ìdámẹ́wàá bí àmọ̀ràn tèmi rèé fún àwọn ènìyàn ni wípé bá Ọlọ́run rìn débi wípé o gba Ọlọ́run gbọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí orísun ìpèsè àti olùpèsè rẹ, débi wípé ohunkóhun tó bá wà ní ọwọ́ rẹ kò pọ̀ ju ohun tó lè fún Ọlọ́run lọ. O gbọ́dọ̀ ní owó tó jẹ́ pé wàá wò pé lè tóbi ju ohun tí mo lè fún Olúwa. So fi ara rẹ bá Ọlọ́run rìn débi pé kò sí ohun tó ẹlòmíín fún Ọlọ́run ju ìdámẹ́wàá ibi tó bá Ọlọ́run rìn dé. So kò dẹ̀ sí ohun tí ènìyàn bá fi fún Ọlọ́run ní ìlọ́po ìwà fi fún ọ padà tí wọ́n máa sọ fún ọ. So ẹ̀yin ará ilé lórí ìkànnì TVWest náà la ṣì wà lórí ètò Kí ni Bíbélì sọ. Mo lérò yìí pé ẹ ti rí kan àbí méjì mú nínú gbogbo àlàyé tí àlùfáà ìjọ The African Church Emmanuel Parish 1 Thomas Alako Street Ìjàyọ̀gbà the Venerable Simeon Ajayi tí wọ́n bá wa sọ lénìí. Àlùfáà akíyín ẹ ṣé gan tá a pè yín tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ wa. Mo lérò wípé nígbà tá a bá tún pè yín lórí ìbéèrè míì ẹ jẹ́ wa.
Àbọ̀kẹ́ yín ní kíákíá.
Nígbà tá a bá ti pè yín.
Nígbàkúgbà.
Ẹ ṣé. Tó níbi ni a ó fi àdàgbà ètò Kí ni Bíbélì sọ lórí ìkànnì TVWest tòní sí. Orúkọ mi ò yí padà, Abọ́sẹ̀dé Adégbóyèga lórúkọ mi.
Could cost absolutely nothing. I mean, zero. Well, on that note, I welcome you to Opportunity Radio TV on TVWest. My name is Daniel Owoyemi. I'm mighty glad to be here. On this episode, we're unpacking how ordinary Nigerians are taking advantage of opportunities out there. Opportunity Radio TV will connect you to life-changing opportunities. But before I really get into details and unveil who my guest is, so we can get into the depth of this, Let's go for this break. I'll be back after this time out. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. You're still on to TVWest, and this is Opportunity Radio TV. Before we went on that break, I told you we're going to be unpacking how Nigerians go into full scholarship. What are the opportunities available for them? And I'm being joined this moment by an amazing one who is going to be helping us to unpack this. Good morning, Mrs. Olajumoke Makonyola, representing Study Across Globe.
Good morning, sir.
Glad to have you on Opportunity Radio TV.
Same here, sir.
So let's look at this. Opportunities for Nigerians abound, but not many people are looking at full scholarship. So you want to ask, many Nigerians believe that this is actually impossible. Is it true to have full scholarship, at zero cost?
Yes, it is. It's very much possible. In sense that we have some partners of body that actually help students or as a nation to actually make the whole study easy. If at all you don't have the financial means, you don't have, but so far you are very intellectually sound, you have much opportunity there, because those people actually look at some categories of things to work with before issuing out a scholarship. And we have a scholarship body that actually help students per se to make it very much easier to achieve your dream in other countries.
So is there anything as full scholarship?
Yes.
So, but some you hear scholarship and they don't give you full. Is this still scholarship?
Yes, it's still scholarship.
What do you call that?
Partial scholarship, and we have full scholarship.
Okay, so who pays for this scholarship? You go to school, you don't pay anything. Who pays for that? They say there's nothing free anywhere, even in Freetown. So how come there are towns something is free? Who pays? Okay,
so we have some bodies that actually helps. They take care of that. That's the government part of the whole scholarship. Bodies of NNPC, Chevrons. We have other people that actually helps with the whole full scholarship part. We have the Irish government that actually, help students with the whole full scholarship funded.
So you want to ask which countries offer the best of the scholarship? We have scholarship in Nigeria, but which countries globally offer this scholarship?
Like I said, Irish government actually offers full scholarship. We also have what's it called, Chevron, that helps students to, so far you are willing, like I said earlier, so far you are willing to take all this whole process. So we have people that are willing to do everything like that. And the bodies of Chevron, NNPC, Irish, and some of the schools in UK so actually give what's it called, tuition deposit scholarship. That is it.
Okay, now let's try to get into details now.
Okay.
So when you talk about scholarship, like when do applications really begin? This is July now.
Yeah, this is July.
As application started, or which period? Is it summer, winter? Which period?
Okay, so the major process for intake is September. That's the major. We have June. We have January. Some schools have May, June, and majorly September. But the major one is September, that we have mass people going to study. So for that, for majorly, the scholarship part is going to be for September intake.
Okay, you want to share with us maybe names of some of those scholarships that will be available in September?
Okay, so for scholarships that's going to be available in September, we have the, the Chevron, we have the NNPC, we have this Irish government too.
Okay.
They also give full scholarship to students that are willing.
So interested people should start looking out for
September. They should start looking out for September to apply. So they will definitely apply before September because they are working towards September intake. So we're looking at the likes of May, April. So the scholarship should be ahead of the September intake.
So when you say scholarship, what are the reviewers? What are they looking out for? Because we're still going to be looking at details, but like just mention one or two things that they are looking out for.
Okay.
Thousands of people are applying from different parts of the world.
So when we are talking about full scholarship, we're talking about how responsible is the person going to be to handle the whole process, because they are doing the person a big favor, huge favor. You have the willingness to actually study, but the means are not there. You understand? So this body is actually, they are looking forward to someone that is intellectually sound, someone who is very, very brilliant. You understand? Whereby your financial status is actually low. You cannot give full funded scholarship to someone that has it.
But talk to me.
The value is not going to be there.
Why do some people? I just want to put myself in the shoes of someone who is watching and is wondering, I've applied several times. So what made people, I mean, what makes people get rejected? Why are some people rejected?
Okay, so like you said, there are thousands of people that are going to apply, different qualification, different things they've actually put in it. So they look into few things. How responsible is this person? I mean, we attended universities. Are you committed? Do you have a maybe a particular club you join or something that makes you responsible? Do you do community service?
So even activities such as extracurricular
Yeah,
activities could
extra. It's
be
yeah, it's actually
factors.
yes, it's a factor.
But for someone who did all of these things, I mean, submitted the CVs, the personal statements, and they still got a no, what could be that thing that they may not pay attention to that may be getting them disqualified?
Like I actually said earlier, we have 1001 different qualifications, different. So there will be a particular thing these people are looking into. Like I said, extracurricular activities, intellectually sound, and if the person does not have the means but is willing to learn.
Fantastic. So does it matter whether you graduate with 2-2? Can you still get scholarship?
Okay, so most of the scholarships they do with 2-1.
2-1.
Yes,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. You have to be I'm not saying 2-2 is actually not good or third class. No, I'm saying that we have thousands of people doing into this. We have thousands of applicants. So we have first class, we have 2-1, we have 2-2. So definitely they want to pick out the outstanding ones. I'm not saying 2-2 is not outstanding. I'm not saying third class, but with the whole competition thing, I feel from first class to 1. And we have that of what's it called, third class, second class, lower, that can also apply to. That's the partial scholarship with the school. So most of the schools actually help students, international students, to reduce the tuition. You know, let's assume you have a particular tuition fee of maybe 21,000 and you're giving a discount of 5,005 or probably 7,000. It's something. You understand? But we're looking at full funded scholarship whereby you don't need to pay tuition fee, you don't need to do living expense, your health fee, everything is going to be taken care of. So I mean, it's a world of competition.
Well, you have been in this terrain for quite a number of years. That's your brand. So you'd like to share with us, have you seen anyone who has gone through this, or have you seen anyone through the process of application for full scholarship and the person came out with
okay
yes? Have you seen such a
yes
yes
Oh,
tell us about
okay, so in my agency, that was last year September, Study Across Globe, we have one of our students that applied to University of Austin, located in Birmingham City. So we have that person last year September. The person actually got full funded scholarship from the university.
100%.
Yes, 100%.
And you took the person through the whole application
We actually took the person through the whole application process and everything. So we have thousands of people that actually applied.
Can you
So,
let
but-
us into something spectacular that you do to applying that? Of course, I mean, for that person now that made the person get a yes. I mean, something spectacular.
Okay, so the person applied very early.
Early application, right?
Yes, it matters a
It
lot.
matters a lot.
Yes, person applied very early, and the person actually put the whole process, did the CV, did everything, the extracurricular, whatever she was doing into the community service she was doing, and then she actually attached everything. So she was. It's
More
not
like
like
proofs,
she.
right?
Yes, it's not like she lied or anything. Everything was genuine, and she had a good result.
Okay. Well, in case you're just joining us, you're still on to Opportunity Radio TV, reaching you from TVWest. And I've been speaking with my guest, none other than Mrs. Olajumoke Makonjola, joining us from Study Across Globe. We'll go for a break now, and when we return, the team may get bigger than this. Do not be surprised. We're just unpacking opportunities, particularly as Nigerians leave this money on table for scholarship for study abroad. We'll be back after this time out. Welcome back. You're still on to TVWest, and this is Opportunity Radio TV, and we have been looking at opportunities abound in applying for full scholarship. My guest has been Ms. Olajumoke Makonjola, and this time around we're having the larger team as King David joins us. Hello, King David. Welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You're sitting like you are the king now, right? So you come and take. All right, so
Good afternoon.
you're welcome. So, Mr. Olajumoke has done a bit of this, so we just want to take it a little higher now. We want to look at the toolbox of applying for full scholarship. What are the things that should be in that toolbox? Some get yes, some get no. But for those who get yes, which we are aware that you've been part of, so what are those things? For instance, which country should one target? Which country offers more scholarship?
Okay. In terms of countries that offer more scholarship, I don't think we'll be placing overemphasis on just one country, but countries like the UK offer scholarship, the US, Germany, Australia. There are so many countries that offer a whole lot or a wider range of scholarships. So we cannot just streamline it down to a particular country.
That makes it even more interesting.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can cast your nets
Yes,
as wide
yes,
as
yes.
you can.
You can explore.
Okay, so what are the courses? Is it STEM courses, is it social science? What are the courses that offer more that people can really leverage?
Well, I think that at the larger scale of it, there are some scholarship that are course specific, like the scholarship was designed to attend to a particular industry within a particular economy.
Okay.
So there are so many, like when you talk about the NMPC scholarship, for example, we already know where it is channeled towards, and some scholarship are also channeled. It's just depending on, I feel like at the core of it, it's depending on the aspect of the economy that body of scholarship has decided to attend to.
Absolutely.
So that's why we do not have any particular scholarship that is designed solely for you. You just need to typically explore. When the scholarship come out, you tend to see the range of courses that it has been designed to attend to, and if it does suit your checklist, you can put in application.
Okay. You shared a success story the other time, and it gladdens heart to hear that you were part of such from A to Z.
Yeah.
But it's important to also ask, for some of these scholarship people do interview, right? So is it for all of them to do interview? Or some are interview phobia. I mean, interview phobic. They hear of interview, they're afraid. They want to go, they apply for visa, they say interview, they're afraid. So is it all of this scholarship application that people have to appear for interview?
Yeah, but mostly you have to take an exam. Like I said, for them to streamline or sieve some some
Entries.
Yes, so they need to, out of thousands or millions of people that is going to apply, definitely they'll write an exam. So after the exam, some people will pass, and it's beyond whatever you've budgeted for. So I feel your interview is going to sieve some other people. Yes.
So I'll come back to you, King David. Like when you do your CV now, let's look at the toolbox. I want us to unpack the toolbox now. Your CV, what should your CV look like when you're applying for, for sponsorship, for scholarship? What should your CV look like?
Okay, for the CV is meant to be a document that exposes intricate details about you, starting from who you are, a detailed assessment of who you are, what you believe in, your values, and what you stand for. Then after that, they want to see your educational qualifications. They want to see the level you've gotten to academically. Of course, you need to also be detailed in your CV, because you're applying for a scholarship, you're in competition against so many people, probably in competition against the world. So you would want to place yourself at at the core of it is the fact that we tailor our CVs to suit the opportunities we want to apply for. So you need to tailor your CV to suit the opportunity you're planning to apply for. So you would want to place in academic qualifications that are typically relevant to that opportunity. And after that, there is also the experience range. There are some scholarship programs and there are some courses that does require you to have particular real life experiences in some particular field, and you would need to, of course, highlight that significantly with details on your achievement within those roles as at when you help them. So tailoring your CV to suit what you have applied for places you at a better advantage to getting the scholarship, because what they want to see more is they want to see details, very, very strong details about you as a person.
Okay, now CV is just one out of many things that should be in that toolbox for application. So what are those other things? Like I want to apply for full scholarship now. What are the things that the document, the credentials, the things that
Okay, just like you said, the CV is just one out of many. There is the academic, certifications, your transcript, the WAEC, and some other academic qualifications you would want to add up to it. There is the personal statement.
What
which
is that personal statement?
It's
like there is your personal statement. What is personal statement?
the personal statement.
Let me be realistic.
Okay.
The first time I had personal statement, in fact, they didn't call it personal statement. They call it PS.
Okay.
And in my campus, they used to call PS permanent site. So I was thinking, what does permanent site have to do with?
Some people call it statement of purpose.
Statement of purpose,
Yeah.
SOP. I thought it was song of praise. So, personal statement. What is it all about? What is it?
Okay, just like the name does imply, it is called personal. So
It's just a statement.
It's not just a statement.
Like when you go to police station, they say write statement. That statement is just not one statement.
Even the statement within the Nigerian country is more than a statement.
Okay.
Okay, so just like it states, it's a personal statement. It means that it has to do about who you are, what you represent, and why you are a viable investment for that scholarship. They want to see that there. And that means that to a large extent, you must have done your research. You must have researched about the scholarship program, what the program is all about, what benefit is included, and what results they want to see after you've undergone the scholarship.
Wow.
And so all of these details is what would help you and guide you and inform you about what to put in your personal statement. But at the core of your personal statement is they want to see who you are, they want to see your future ambitions, they want to see prospect, your future prospect. So your personal statement, like I said, is personal. It gives details about who you are, what you represent. And before you actually jump to write your personal statement, you need to make a very detailed research about what you're writing your personal statement for.
Yeah.
Oh, impressive. In case you're just joining us, you're still onto the program, which is Opportunity Radio TV. And we have been looking at how Nigerians can leverage on full scholarship. And we have been joined by people who have hands-on experience, taking people through how they apply for scholarship and they got a yes. So we'll be right back after this time out. But in a moment, if you have interest in applying for something of this nature, I think you should wait for the next segment, which I'll be unpacking some other interesting approaches to this. We'll be back after this time out. All right, welcome back. You're still on to Opportunity Radio TV, reaching you live and direct, reaching you from TVWest. So I'm being joined, as usual, by the representatives from Study Across Globe, Mrs. Olajumoke Makonjola and King David. So just some rapid questions that I'm just going to be asking you. Number one is, the biggest mistake Nigeria makes is what on full scholarship application? With you, Mr. Olajumoke, the biggest mistake Nigeria makes?
The biggest mistake Nigeria makes when it comes to full scholarship is the fact that I feel they've actually, you don't know what, they know what they want, but they actually don't know what it all entails. They don't know the documents you get. So
okay, that's the biggest mistake they make when it comes to scholarship application.
The non-awareness, they are not aware of what the scholarship entails is all about.
Okay.
You just hear scholarship like.
Okay, I'll come to King David. If I had 200,000, can that take me to putting things together to apply for full scholarship as a Nigerian?
Well, I would say no. And the reason why I would say no is because scholarship are different from each other. There is need-based scholarship and there is merit-based scholarship. They are different from each other. The needs-based scholarship requires quite some, and even before we even dive into the difference between this
okay, he said no. I just want to get a yes or no. Okay.
No.
Okay, I'll come to me. So okay, the easiest country to target is what?
The easiest country to target based on scholarship, right?
Yes.
Okay, like David has said earlier, we have different countries.
So there's no easiest country.
There's like everything, you have your merit, you have your dismerit. So we have some factors to put into it.
So does not exist. There's no easiest country.
We have. I will not. Don't put me on that spot, please. What I'm saying is, we have some conditions that actually merit it. So I will not want us to use easiest.
Okay.
So it's just.
Okay. Since there is no easiest, the hardest country to target is which? King David?
The hardest countries to target.
Based on scholarship.
I don't think there is an hard country to target. I just feel like you need to have a merit.
Okay. So what should applicants stop doing and what should applicants start doing? What should applicants start doing?
They should connect to the right source when it comes to the scholarship base.
So what should applicants stop doing?
They should stop just dreaming and start putting together the right documents necessary for the applications.
All right, I think on that note, we have been able to touch on vital areas of what it requires for you to apply for full scholarship. I've been joined by very amazing people from Study Across Globe. That's Mrs. Olajumoke Makonyola. Thank you so much for coming to Opportunity Radio TV. I hope next time we'll invite you. You'll be more than willing to join us. And also by King David, the IT of Study Across Globe. Thank you so much for coming to Opportunity Radio TV. Until next edition of Opportunity Radio TV, I remain yours sincerely, Daniel Oweyemi. Ensure that when you see opportunities, you grab it not only with one hand, with two hands, because the major difference between the rich and the poor is just about the opportunities that they hear of and they take advantage of timely. Thank you so much, executive producer and everyone behind the camera, and we hope that next time you will join us. Thank you and keep watching TVWest. Have a great day. Bye.
Every issue has many voices. Before the experts debate them, before the politicians defend them, we hear it directly from the people. This is Citizens Direct on TVWest. I am Victoria Ogudende. And today, we hit the streets to ask citizens about their biggest frustration with public transport in Nigeria and what solutions do they think can address this issue. The daily commute is a routine millions understand, but it doesn't always come easy. With transportation, it's a different story every day. Today on Citizens Direct, we hit the streets to ask citizens about their biggest frustrations with public transportation and what solutions do they think can address this issue. Let's go.
On Monday, I'm going to Ikeja. Now 700 naira Marwa is collect from Agege to Ikeja. The thing I want to do, you reduce the petrol, because all the people, and then when the rain is fall, anytime the rain is fall, this motor is 100 naira, they do 700, 800. Help me tell the petrol to come down. I pray for you. And then the Nigeria is good. I like the Nigeria is good.
My advice for government is that about the transport is that sometimes when rain fall, come and see how people can suffer. My advice is that all those tax they are removed for workers, they should use it to provide transport like from another country. They provide enough BRT, enough korope, enough motor for streets, for road, so people cannot suffer about the transport. Like when rain fall, people can suffer. All those transport driver, they will just increase amount of during the midnight now, they will just increase. Almost people are collecting for salary. They are suffer. The transport money, it always collects our salary, and it's too much. And government, they don't care. So it's not good. I advise government, all those our tax, they should use it to do something. Because no, everybody enter motor, everybody enter by transport. So they should produce some BRT, Korope, and other motor.
The problems we are facing in Nigeria with the transportation, is it the what's it called, public transport? One is about, some of them we know that okay, their vehicle is faulty. For them to repair the vehicle before they start picking passengers on the road, it will be a problem for them. So it's just that they should, maybe if the, how can I put it, maybe their transport, is it NURTW or what they call it, they should always, maybe they should call themselves together and ask them to always check their buses, their cabs before they put it on the road for them to start picking passengers, because most of these things used to delay passengers for maybe where they are going to, some of them to work, some to maybe one particular what's it called that they're supposed to go to. So let me just say, we Nigerians, we are the one that we have to just repair this country, because this country is for all of us, not for just one person.
In my own opinion, all drivers in Lagos, especially Nigeria, they should check their vehicle before moving on the road, because when I was coming this morning, my bus parked us unknown area where we did not know, due to because it's not checked his car before entering the express, and that affects a lot of people so much.
It is better to deal with the causes of issue than dealing with the symptom. You understand now? When the father of a home is not a responsible father, the entire home is as good as useless. That is the truth about the whole thing. In other words, when the government of the day is not living to expectation, every photo, every other thing that is going on, the truth is that we don't want this government. So if we are afraid to say, we don't want to, nobody want to, I don't want anybody to see my face, I don't want people to recognize me, then it's as good as then what is the point of even being a Nigerian person in the first place? That is the issue. You understand now? There is corruption, things are not okay. Now you are asking of how the transportation is affecting us. Of course, you know very well now that the person that's supposed to be there is not the right person. You understand now? Because when people think that they can encourage benefits from their fraud, I tell you that the cycle of injustice will continue. Are you getting the story? So the fundamental problem is not about transportation. The fundamental problem is the leadership issue. That is just the truth. When the right person is there, this whole thing will completely change. You will see it now. There will be somebody that will be on that throne now for the next 3 months or so. You will begin to feel the impact. That dividend of democracy, you begin to see the good thing, the reason why we go out to vote, you begin to see it. But when you have the wrong person on the throne, definitely the people there will groan. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs that when a bad king is on the throne, he said the people groan. And that is the truth. So it is not about transport issue. It is not about whatever. The issue is that it is a leadership system and leadership problem. And when that is done, that is treated and handled, every other thing will fall in place.
Yeah, I think it's a system problem. I think it's not a system problem. It's a system that was designed for it to function that way, and it is doing what it was made to do, right? So plus because the dependency of petroleum, the rate at which we adapt to developments and improved technologies to make things better is really slow. We are getting what we've actually, the system we designed basically, and a lot of us are not really aware of the system. That's why we have people in the seats of power drawing these whole things out, mapping it out to their favor. It is directed towards a select few and not the masses. Those few are the primary beneficiaries of these things. The masses are basically the sources of income, basically. So I think the whole thing is with the system. The system needs a revamp. I also speak to people that are exposed to innovations, and there are ways we could actually put all of these things. It doesn't have to be a government thing. We could work on better ways. There are options of electronic vehicles. We work it would improve the power system, because some of these things need to be powered, right? But however, there are people making up of the lack of power. So the chain is long. So it's not just the transport. The transport is just a ripple effect of something that is way beyond our control.
The problem with transportation in Lagos State is most especially the agberos. When they see crowd on the bus stop, they are the one dictating the fare. They will tell the passenger that, they will tell the driver that this is the amount, you should increase it suddenly because of the crowd. So I think there should be a regulation between the agberos and the government. They are just increasing the fare uncontrollably. There should be a control between the driver and the government. The bus driver has nothing to do with it.
When it comes to public transport, especially in Lagos State, is the ways and manners they are doing it here. There you can somebody from here to Ogba, they will call it 500, 400, and in the morning, just the price are varies. You ask them, they say because Agbero is collecting money from there. Agbero is one that is fixing price. What I'm seeing there is that people that are now working, they don't own vehicle, they are the one fixing price on how people that own vehicle will be carrying people just sit on one side and be eating money. The other one that are working, they will be collecting money from them. At the end of the way, you look at what those drivers are doing is that the money they pay, buy fuel and pay Agbero, at the end of the day, they fly in the life of the average Nigerians. They will start paying at just price, paying to a fare that is supposed to be not more than 200 naira, they will be paying 500, 400 naira. That's one of the things I experienced from transportation, for public transport in Lagos State here. Because Agbero is one of the major problems here. Because the way the Amanas, they are collecting money from those motorists, and they are now putting in on the life of the unpaid Nigerian in this country, they are now adding into it. I think it's what government needs to do is totally scratch these people, allow the system to flow naturally, so that those people that are actually working, those drivers, the money they are working, they can take it home. So that somebody cannot just be working. One people will sit down, one beer parlor, one bet Nigeria place and be eating the money and be eating the money just like that. That's one of the challenges we face in this country. That some people are working, some people are just eating the money. If they can strike this national unit, I believe this transition will be okay in Lagos State.
One of the experience I had with public transport is all this Agbero. These people collecting money, calling themselves tax force. So there was a time there was a heavy downfall. So due to people rushing and people finding means of going home, so those Agboros started increasing the fee. Not even from the driver, but them particular started increasing the fee. So that day was very annoying and so. So my solution or advice I would give is that government should find a way to even remove them totally from the road. Totally. If it is possible for commercial vehicle to go and buy their tickets, book it online or pay it online, they should find a way doing that. Not them staying on the road, causing more hiking or making people to be more discomfort. Because to me they bring discomfort to people. They are just there collecting money, unnecessary money. So that's my own solution.
It's roads. When the roads are not okay, you understand, they tend to put the burden on the people that enter their buses. Because of maintaining the vehicle, they will now put everything on us. Just for example, where I'm coming from, around somewhere in Ojo, in my estate, somewhere we used to take bike like 500 naira, but because it's rainy season and the road is not okay, everywhere is flooded. So from 500 naira, the thing went up to 1,500, 2,000 naira.
So all those things, bad road also is a factor. I think if the government should, sit up, help us with good roads, accessible roads, I think it will go a very long way. And also in the aspect of fuel, I think if the government can do something about it, and bring down the cost of fuel in the country, I think it will also help. For bad roads, I think bad roads and good drainage system also, I think that's the major problem of bad roads in Lagos especially.
My biggest problem when I have coming out for is vehicle. Coming out in the morning, going to work in the morning, you'll be standing, sometimes you'll be standing, there is no vehicle on the road, and the situation of finding yourself entering inside the bus, and the bus you will see, it will be closer. Going from here to the island, they will tell you 3,000. That's more cost, and what I advise the government to do, they should provide more vehicles for us so that to be able to carry both bus stop to bus stop, and also the increase of fuel, they should reduce it, because that's what causing the scarcity of vehicle on the road sometimes.
And transportation fares on the high side now, and it's really frustrating because it's a thing to leave home with an amount of money and getting to the park is another thing to meet another price, another addition, and like it's frustrating, and you'll be pissed like you are with this particular money. Yesterday you enter this particular location for an amount of money, getting to the park the next day, and you are adding to that money again. And also for drivers, that they will know that their vehicles are in bad condition, and they will still go ahead with that kind of vehicle. All this, what I think government should do is that they should please help to decrease the price of fuel, because that's what both drivers are saying. Because any slight opportunity, they will just increase the transport fare. They will say that epo wọn, this that, there's a form of ìjọba kí wọ́n dín owó epo kù. Share, you understand? So government should please, they should reduce the price of the fuel so that the drivers too can be considerate with the transport fare.
First and foremost, already we are all aware that the situation of this country is so precarious that okay. First and foremost, we are aware that the situation generally is not favorable to anyone. And then secondly, this transportation issue is something that should go a long way to be supplemented by government in terms of making buses available at a fixed price and at affordable rates. I'm telling you, if that is done, it will go a long way to bring relief to both government and private workers.
The people in the public transport, that is what frustrates me about them. Sometimes they usually do air pollution in the public transport, congestion, and mostly the government should find a way to solve it. I don't know how to solve it, but the government know better, and the government know how to do it.
The main problem we are facing with the public transportation in Nigeria is that there are so frustration, in the sense that now, like, I woke up in the morning now, like the transport I normally enter 500 naira early in the morning. When I got there now, they said it's 900 naira. I asked the driver, why? You just inflate the money suddenly. Yesterday, I bought it 500 naira in the morning. When I came there today, they say it's 900 naira. How comes? What could have brought the sudden increment? He told me that once there is hold up on the road, they must surely inflate it. I say, why? You people are just doing whatever you like. Concerning the masses, things are not done that way. What if I did not equip myself? Like maybe I budget the normal monies that I normally used to enter, and I get there, you inflate the money. How will I get to my destination? The driver was giving me unnecessary excuses that okay, what if they get to the road and they meet hold up, that hold up is cause of their inflation. Things are not done that way. People are not that convenient. If the rain is falling, you will suffer a lot, because the transport you enter 100 naira, they will have triple or quadruple it. Things are not done that way. They are inconvenient the masses. I think everyone can proud themselves that they can be going with their motto, and they will have known their certain budget. But we masses, we are suffering and we are not convenient. Maybe, and the only person, I mean people that can intervene to make it regular is government, because we cannot just tell them that they should do whatever that is not favor them. So those are the things those drivers are using to lie. So, and which we cannot do anything. We can only dance to their tone. Once we cannot afford to go anywhere than to enter the transport.
Most especially in Lagos. You understand? The only thing I can say the challenges we are facing in Lagos is this unavailability of the proper parking system. You know, these garages of it. The volume of the transport, public transport vehicle in Lagos is far higher than the available parking places. I mean, the garages created by the government. That is one of the things that is giving us problem in, but it's always in Lagos. But I also dwell in Oyo State, in Ibadan, to be precise. You understand? Something similar to this is happening in Ibadan as well. You see where the public vehicle and the commercial commuter will be parking beside the road. They will be causing the kind of hold up or parking, and in the sense that it will disturb other road users from moving freely. That is one of those things that is creating problem in Nigeria public transport system. You understand? And going to that kind of Oyo State, we need government to invest more in public transport system. Like Lagos State, we have BRT, we are even having this train system in Lagos State, but in Oyo State, it's not like that. Everything in Oyo State is almost 80%, 90% on private public transport system.
Came from Bega to Agege here right now. There's a bus you enter and they are telling you 500, 600 naira, and there's some other buses that you enter and they feel like 400 naira, and also all of that. So basically, what I think the government should do is, I think they should regulate it. Should have a fixed price. Have a fixed price for public transportation for a particular location, so that we'll not be having all these random. It's not. You don't have a particular fixed price for it. So should have a fixed price, because sometimes maybe we have fuel, the increase in fuel price, and some drivers may decide to take their price very high, while some may maybe also consider it. So I think fixing it in a very fixed price will help to hotel.
Transportation remains a vital part of our everyday life, but for many Nigerians, it comes with a significant challenge. Citizens are hopeful that meaningful action will lead to a safer, more effective, even more affordable transport systems. I am Victoria Ogudaide. This is Citizens Direct, and thank you for joining us.
All right. Welcome to Sports Source right here on TVWest. This is actually a place to be if you want to talk about up-to-date situation as it unfolds in the world of sport across the world. And on this program today, let me quickly say this. This will be a place for you to get all the beautiful updates that will take you personally right there in the midst of happenings right there as far as World Cup is concerned, the forthcoming Women African Cup of Nations, the preparation, the build-up into the Commonwealth is actually one of the things we'll be talking about right here. Is it the transfer drama that we've actually been seeing? Wow, that is another thing for you to build right there on this program. And let me quickly say, something happened as far as the Gunners, the champion of the English Premier League. Something happened to a very, very important player right there at the World Cup. What exactly is that thing? You will get that update that is required as far as that is concerned. Because why? Arsenal management are very, very much in a shock right now because of the injury scare of this personality as far as that is concerned. So this and lots more you are going to be enjoying on this program, Sports Source, right here on TVWest. So without wasting your time, right now I have with me in the studio someone who is going to be doing Wow. This is Sports Source. Sorry. Yes. Alright, you're welcome back. And this is still Sports Source right here on TVWest. My name is Abiodun. I just said, like I promised before that short break, I'm going to be introduced my person, the so-called person that will be doing justice to all of the stories I've listed out. And that person is no other person because it's my personal person. And my personal person is going to do the job for you and I because he is going to be our personal person. And that is Emmanuel Olonode. Emmanuel, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, but good afternoon and good afternoon to our listeners. It's a pleasure being here, and as you know, always a pleasure to talk sports with you. You know, when we talk sports, there's no barrier.
Definitely.
You just have to go forward. We have to say it the way it is.
Definitely.
And we have to leave sentiment aside because some
Exactly.
people believe a lot in sentiments when you speak sports.
Exactly.
But we have to leave sentiment aside and just say it the way it is and let the whole world know what it is. But you know what? A single language that binds everybody together is just sports, and good to be here this evening.
All right. That is Emmanuel Olonode for you. He doesn't miss words. He goes straight to the point. Like he said, we have to say it exactly the way it is. So, and that's exactly what we are going to be doing right now. Emmanuel, the FIFA World Cup is actually closing down now. Out of the supposed 104 games, we've seen 102, meaning we have 2 games to go. The losers final, let me call it like that, the losers final and the final itself. Emmanuel, so far in this World Cup, before we go into the games that is still yet to come, this World Cup has given us something very, very beautiful as far as football is concerned, or let me say as far as FIFA World Cup is concerned. We've seen 102 games so far, 2 games to go, and 297 goals has been scored. Compared to the last World Cup edition in Qatar 2022, which actually gave us 172 goals. But this is it. This is the first edition of the FIFA World Cup that we are going to be seeing 48 teams. The last one was 32, and as far as that last one was concerned, 64 games was played. So this one actually had 40 more games compared to the last one. Emmanuel, can you give me, or can you give us, what are the things you can say as far as the FIFA World Cup is concerned? Just
I think the expanded version of the FIFA World Cup gave room for teams to actually showcase themselves.
Yeah.
Teams that ordinarily would not have made it to the World Cup.
Exactly.
They came to the World Cup, and we've seen that football is actually improving in some parts of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can say that a bit of football is improving in Africa.
Yeah.
Maybe some African countries are looking at Morocco, the template Morocco has put in place that has allowed their men, their junior team, and their women team to develop. Some countries might have to look, in Africa, might have to look at that template and also push forward for their own development.
Okay.
I wish my darling country, Nigeria, can wake up from their slumber
Must you go
and
there?
look at it. No, we have to go there because it's a shame when we have 10 African countries and 10 countries representing Africa at the World Cup, and Nigeria is not part of those 10. And the fact that we have some of the best players on the continent, you look at the area of stars we have, and then you look at how they perform. But what has killed us is management and mismanagement.
Wow.
And you look at what happened to the Italian FA. A lot of them most of them they've resigned. But you know, in
just
Nigeria,
for the fact that
they failed to qualify
Italy
for
did
the World
not
Cup.
qualify for the World Cup.
But you know, in Nigeria, shame doesn't catch the shameless, because most of our leaders, those that lead, are actually shameless in that affair. So you look at it basically, and then you ask yourself the question, what has actually happened? I think the World Cup has been fun. The World Cup has lived up to the expectation.
Yeah.
The World Cup, in some aspects, will have ended debate for some people about certain players, because a player came to the World Cup at 39 and is driving. I think the World Cup has humbled the English media because they had a lot to say before the game against Argentina, but certain Lionel Messi proved them wrong. So I think the World Cup is full of surprises. The World Cup, for me, has shown that preparation meets opportunity, and the least details is actually what drives you. The least details is actually what pushes you forward. If you look at it now, we've played 102 games. I think we only have 1 game left, because I'm not looking at the 3rd place. Even Thomas Tuchel said that his players were not planning on playing the 3rd. No team plans on playing the 3rd place game.
Exactly.
But what we are looking forward is a Sunday final between Argentina and Spain.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the most important goal of the World Cup will be scored there. All the other goals are important, but the most important goal of the World Cup waits till Sunday. So we look at the players. Out of all, there were about 50-something players on the roster. Who is going to score that most important goal? So you look at it, the World Cup has lived up for me to the expectation, minus the side drama. A lot of people said that the World Cup FIFA favored Argentina. I said no, FIFA did not favor Argentina, because one thing is the fact that if Portugal had done their job and they had qualified well from their group, they would not have gone through that strong route in the knockout. But Argentina did their job, qualified well, ensured that they took the easy route. So I think people should leave. That's why I said, when you talk sports, you don't speak sports with bias, because it's very crazy if you speak sports with bias. But I understand the bias of people. They want a certain player to also leave the World Cup. But a certain player that wants to leave the World Cup, I'm not mentioning it because I want to speak to fact. Exactly. A certain player that wants to leave the World Cup must also understand for a fact that he has to carry the team and ensure that the player trusts him.
We know where you look at the speech where you are throwing your stones.
No. I don't get myself involved in debate
between
that debate.
Same with
players.
Same with me, yeah.
2 great players who had played the game.
Very
two
well.
great players
At the biggest
who
level.
are so unlucky to come at the same time.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
assuming if one had come, it would have dominated for about 15 years.
Exactly.
Assuming the other had come alone, it would have dominated for about 20 years.
Exactly.
So what happened is, I think we should just be happy that we get to watch these two.
Great guys.
There are generations that got to watch Maradona and these two guys.
Yeah.
But there are generations that will watch these two guys.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't know whether if you are going to get someone of these guys again. But overall for me, I love the atmosphere that was created by fans at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I love the officiating also, I think, was not that bad. But some people based on bias will say it's bad. And I think at the World Cup, European team gets a glimpse of the South American teams, because they saw what how they play there. They saw the intensity, they saw the strength, and they saw how they run after everything. It's not clean game for them, South America.
Emmanuel, I'm going to stop you there.
Good.
I'm going to stop you there. See, the Americans, I'm putting them together, north or south or whatever. I feel in recent time they've not really done well. Yes. Ever since Brazil won the World Cup in 2002,
Korea, Japan, yeah.
where exactly have we seen any other South American team aside of Argentina? Brazil are now shadows of themselves. They are nowhere to be found. It has always been Argentina. Argentina in the finals in 2014. Argentina in the finals and won the last edition 2022. In the 2018 edition in Russia, it was the team that won the World Cup, France, that chased Argentina out, meaning that Argentina would have gone far if not for the fact that they actually had to come against the best team in that competition. So the South American guys, for me, have not done anything in recent times.
No, I will even correct the notion that it was France that chased Argentina out in 2018 World Cup. See, the Argentina team of 2018 were not ready to win the World Cup. See, sometimes it takes failure for you to actually understand what you carry. I think it took failure twice for Lionel Messi to understand that at this point, I have to drive
in Copa America as well.
I have to drive. He understood that at this point, I have to drive this team myself. And he took it upon himself, because see, if you look at Argentina of 2014 World Cup, that's Rio de Janeiro, final against Germany. Though officiating were questionable there, though Gonzalo Higuain was a copy there, losing a lot of chances.
Even Sabella actually took some decision, taking out Lavezzi in that game.
But the truth is, if they had won it, we might not have seen this version of the Argentina team.
You can say that again.
So if they had won it, we might not have seen. I think the success of France in the 2018 World Cup is also a part of their failure, because they were successful. See, you look at the French national team, a player leaves, a player comes in that fills that shoe.
Exactly.
You look at it, a player leaves, Pogba left, you had likes of Olise coming in.
Yeah.
So it's not about talent. Sometimes talent is not enough. I think most of they don't learn how to play a game. See, Argentina became a mature team from losing that final, from crashing out in 2018, and the maturity is what we are seeing now. Some say they are not the best, but they know how to win a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Some say they are not the best, but
and
they
know
can
how to get goals when there is need for goals.
They can go all the way. I've seen teams losing and they're trying to rush. France was losing 1-0 in the semi-final, and they were trying to rush Spain, and they considered another. But no matter what, 88 minutes, 75 minutes, Argentina will keep moving the ball around, not rushing, waiting for that final moment, and then finding only one man that they know can carry them, finding Lionel Messi.
Exactly.
Some say it's the greatest of all time, others says no. But you can't dispute the fact that he remains one of the greatest players.
Emmanuel, we are still coming to Messi. We are still coming to Messi, Argentina, blah, blah, blah. Now, this World Cup, if you get to see the stadium, the spectators, it has always been filled up. 6,666,000 plus has actually been coming around to watch games. An average of 65,000 fans would definitely be seen in stadium for games. That's that. As far as the player is concerned, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, 8 goals each. And by virtue of that, if the World Cup is to be concluded right now, Lionel Messi will win the Golden Boot because why? 8 goals plus 4 assists compared to Kylian Mbappe, 8 goals with 3 assists. A certain guy, Jude Bellingham, is actually behind them with 6 goals, knowing fully well Erling Braut Haaland would have actually been in context of the Golden Boot, but he has been chased out. Now, this World Cup officiating has been top notch for me. A whole lot of people actually got a little bit angry in that Argentina versus Egypt game. Maybe because of this is where we came from. So to put all of this together, the World Cup, the organizers, FIFA, the moving around Mexico, Canada, USA, and the way fans has actually embraced this tournament in not more than 2 minutes. What do you have to say?
I think we had US in '94, which brought fanfare. Which I think, though in the US, soccer is different from football. And exactly. I think football is something they are just embracing.
Exactly.
Football is something they're just embracing in the US.
Yeah.
So if they're just embracing football in the US, I think this is a very good turnout. We've had the passion. We've had. I think the only side to it that I don't enjoy is the treatment of the Iranian national team. I didn't enjoy the treatment of the national team because it takes time to recover. You can't allow a team to be traveling from Mexico to the US to play and then travel back immediately. It takes time to recover.
Exactly.
Even the elites are complaining. The elite players are complaining about recovery time. I think not allowing a lot. The visa issue was part of the problem, and the fact that the FIFA president or the FIFA itself could not interfere, could not speak to this. I think it's also a problem because. When you look at Qatar, FIFA they were very much involved in helping people access visa. But I think when you look at the US, I think FIFA became handicapped a bit. Maybe the fear of Donald Trump was the beginning of wisdom for FIFA president. I don't know.
I think so too.
But another controversy that might cost Infantino his position because European Football Association are not even supporting him right now is the decision on Folarin Balogun. For them to receive that red card that he got. So I think minus those controversy, we've had a very good World Cup.
All right, we've had a very good World Cup. I can definitely say that we still have so much to talk about as far as the World Cup is concerned. But before we go further, let's go on this short break. When we are back, we'll continue from where we stopped. All right, welcome back. Still Sports Source on TVWest. The conversation we were having before that short break was about the World Cup. And so we are going from there to the main conversation right now. And that is the final. Argentina versus Spain. I'm sure a whole lot of you will have your expectation. A whole lot of you. I noticed something. Like club football sentiment has actually been brought into this World Cup. Chelsea fans want Argentina to win because there is a certain Enzo Fernandez. And Barcelona fans would definitely want to stand with the La Roya boys. And some Barcelona fans will still want to say, if Messi can win this World Cup again, they are very much cool with it. Emmanuel, Argentina versus Spain. The World Cup final.
I think people were predicting Argentina-France. They were looking at the Argentina-France. Yeah. But I think Spain in this World Cup, they've actually done really well, considered just a single goal.
Very well.
And they found a way to win their game. I think apart from the first game that they suffered against Cape Verde, since then they've bounced back and they found a way to go. I think after the 2010 World Cup, we've not actually seen the Spanish national team getting to the final of the World Cup. But don't forget that they've won the Euros. Yeah. They've been coming up.
Exactly.
And this is their time for this generation also to write their name in gold. But the truth about the final now is we are going to see control and physicality. If the Spanish national team can cope with the intensity and the physicality of the Argentine national team. You know what the Argentines do is that they run you down. Yeah. If I take you back to the semi-final against England, a certain Rodrigo de Paul was benched for Simone. Exactly. And what he did there was to allow Simone, players that are aggressive, run Gordon and Spence down that flank.
To bully.
So when they were done bullying them, they brought in de Paul to start putting in the crosses. People feel that this Argentine team, they don't play through the wings. But against England, they disputed that playing through the wings. Alvarez playing from the wings, Simone playing from the wings. I think that also caught the English team unaware because every game they've played is through the middle. Yeah. They recycle, they don't put in crosses like that. Yeah. But we saw what they did against. So I think for the Spanish national team, their control of the game is one of their main attributes. Yeah. And for them to play against Argentina, they need to be patient. They need to ensure that in the first 10-15 minutes, the tactics, the physicality of the Argentine national team does not get to them.
To them, exactly.
Because, see, the Argentine national team, they have a way, they have a mentality. This is a team that believe that even though we are not as talented as you, we are better than you. You know, when you meet people who don't have your talent, but they believe they can do more than you do with that talent, I think that's for the Argentine, the Argentine national team. Yeah. But for the Spanish team, they have the technical players, they have everything going for them. But the truth is, the physicality on that day will be on Sunday will be unmatched because Yamal is not going to get a breathing space. Oyasaba is not going to get it, but they have the technical players. You also look at the bench. One key player for the Spanish team is Rodri. Yeah. And if they can find a way to take Rodri out of the equation, I think
the Spanish guy will be vulnerable.
Yeah. Kubasi will be tested, that back line, which is a certain thing. But can Kubasi match the intensity of the likes of Alvarez or Lautaro Martinez? Can he match it? But you look at a player who works most of the time on the pitch, but when it's time to do the action, and one thing in this knockout phase is the fact that Lionel Messi has always woken up 20 minutes to the end of the game. And when he wakes up, nobody can stop him.
Exactly.
That has been the problem. I think for the English team, they said they know a way of stopping Messi. But Messi actually found a way of stopping them. So I think for this final, what we should just look out for is enjoy good football. Good football is going to be on display. When I mean good football, we are going to see a more calm way of playing football from the Spanish team. And you're going to see an aggressive way of playing football. Everything is football. See, I'm not a fan of those who says that tiki-taka is the game. No, tiki-taka can be the game if you have the players to play it. If you don't have the players to play it, successful managers definitely have won games. I remember the UEFA Champions League final, Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Yeah. Bayern played the beautiful game of football, but Chelsea knew what they came to do.
Exactly.
And they won the penalty. Yeah. So I think football is about winning. Nobody remembers who plays the good football after you've won. The only time they remember your good football is when you win.
Exactly.
Arteta last season and 2 seasons ago played good football, but he never finished top of the league.
Exactly.
But when he brought what people tag as Aram football, which I didn't even call Aram football, because he still played the game quite well.
Very well.
Looking at the number of goals they score, but when they call them set piece king, I asked the question: when Stoke City and the likes almost killed as a winger with set piece, where were you?
Where were you?
When Guardiola won the league scoring about 15 set piece goal, where were you guys? So I think people put sentiment and they don't analyze the game from the right point. Players that are going to be important in the final, number one, they are going to Lionel Messi has always been important.
Very.
21 World Cup goals, 33 goals involvement at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He has been a very important player.
Exactly.
Rodri is going to be very important. Don't forget that in that defensive midfield position, Rodri has won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very important.
Exactly.
I think another player that will be important for the Spanish team is they're going to need. I don't know whether they're going to play Fabian Ruiz, but I watched him against France, and the calmness and the technicality he brings to that midfield, I think is going to be very important for them. So Enzo Fernandez, the man who won to Real Madrid, is also going to be important for them.
I think he has lived up to that expectations, as in he
has been in the last 4 years.
That Real Madrid contract right now.
In the last 4 years, he has been a very fine player. I'm not going to dispute that. From Qatar 2022 up to now, moving from that Benfica to Chelsea, he has been a very fine player.
Very.
And I think he's becoming a more mature player.
Yeah.
Because the mantle is going to fall on someone from that Argentine national team. And who is he going to fall on? Because Messi is 39.
Yeah.
Messi will not play every game until the next Copa America.
Yeah.
Messi will select games he play for them.
Yeah.
So they need to have leaders in that team that will lead them. So I think Lautaro Martinez is also going to be very important because he has found a way to always come from the bench and get the goal.
Do something very
and they have found a way to
important.
connect to Messi, getting him the assist.
Exactly. Yeah. I think as it is, you've said it well. And one thing that comes to mind has always been the fact that if you look at the Argentine team, it has always been the console being on a certain individual. In Mexico 86, Diego Armando Maradona was very, very crucial in that team. Argentine won. And in Italia 90, 4 years after, Diego Maradona was extremely out of this world. They got to the final. But unfortunately, the German actually stopped them.
But they believe they were robbed in that final.
Yes, you can say because of that penalty.
Yeah, they believe they were robbed in that final.
Now, another thing is, when Diego Armando Maradona left in USA 94, Argentina starts to struggle until Messi came. In 2006, he understood it. In 2010, it wasn't so firm. But in 2014, Messi stood up and they got to the final. And now, we've seen what we are seeing right now. So, but we are not going to dwell so much on that. The final is still very much upon us. Argentina versus Spain. This will be a cracker, and I'm sure a whole lot of you would definitely be folding your hands to see how this whole thing will go down. So let me quickly move away and let's do our thing. Emmanuel, the WAFCON, the Women African Cup of Nations, is going to be coming up anytime from now. And as it is, the 14th edition, the Super Falcons, they are so very motivated right now. If we take our minds back to how they get to win the last edition, coming from 2 goals down against the hosting country, Morocco, the next best women team in Africa, and being able to get that important victory. Emmanuel,
I'm even afraid now that Morocco might be the best team in Africa.
I think so. I guess they were bullied in that final. You understand? That experience wasn't there. And before you know it, that's why I give it to Ajibade in that particular game. He was able to bring everybody back into that game yes, we would get this done. And that was how it happened. So, Emmanuel, how far do you think our preparation has been? Justin Madugu, listing out names of players, is going to be taken along for this tournament, and how things has actually unfolded as far as the WAFCON is concerned. What do you have to say?
I think the Super Falcons should know that the era of them dominating, winning 5-0, 7-0,
has gone.
That era is gone.
They know.
Why? We are playing catch up in football development, but talent is still sustaining us in women football.
Exactly.
And now, when the development catches up with our talent, we are going to suffer for it.
Exactly.
So that is
why we are saving enough. 10 now. So before you get to see another team that will get that stage, don't go.
That is going to be a big problem. But for I think for the Super Falcons, I have high hopes in them. My hope in them is not that they won't leave the group stage. My hope in them is at least a semi-final spot.
So that we can make it to the World Cup.
So at least a semi-final spot for them. They are going to get to the semi-final. They have the talent. I think a player that will be missing is Ashley. She has failed to overcome that injury and she's not part of the squad. And if you look at her, she has been a very important member since she came into being of the Super Falcons. I'm surprised that Cesar is back in the team because I thought at that last WAFCON she has retired. but she's back in the team because I felt like she was going to leave the spotlight somehow after that last WAFCON, but she's back.
He felt with the club football he did it
No,
at Al Hilal.
I'm still
She felt.
I'm
she
still
felt,
confused.
I can still do this tournament.
A bit. I still have my reservation about how we choose team in this part of the world. I still have a bit of my reservation. Don't forget that Osimhen never made it in Lagos. He had to go to Abuja camp. He had to travel by night with someone that packed them in the bus, in the car before he got, and Amunike saw him and said, okay, pick that boy in green. He didn't make it in Lagos.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying that there are enough talent, but making it is the problem. Exactly. Because people don't know the game, rules the game in this part of the world.
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't want to fire
Maybe
shots.
they know, they try to be sentimental.
No, you have to have a deep pocket for them to know you know how to play.
You can say that.
Don't forget there was a WAFCON, an AFCON. We took a player, 31-year-old, who was playing in one league that we don't even know as part of the team. I just don't want to go deep. But the truth about this is the fact that people are not anxious when it comes to the Super Falcons because they believe that they will deliver.
Yeah.
People are not having high blood or pressure or anxiety that the Super Eagles bring to you when they play.
Exactly.
They know
Most especially in the continent.
Yeah, they know these ladies will deliver.
Exactly.
But now my fear is that there has been catch up with us. I think we saw it one time when we lost the final. When we didn't win an edition. Yeah. That was when I knew that these guys are catching up.
I think that was when the Bayana won.
We had the Bayana, and then Bayana started taking us to penalties.
Exactly.
That was when I knew that there's issue on ground. Don't forget, even the last WAFCON, it took that cross goal from.
Is it Alozie?
Yeah. From Michel Alozie, for us to score them, I think in 92nd minute.
Exactly.
So when I say catch up, we are not the way we used to be.
Exactly.
Don't forget that under 17, under 20, then we beat everybody. And I think some players are overspent in the Super Falcons. You know, I'm very blunt when I say these things.
Yeah.
I think there's time to play and there's time to live. We saw the likes of Ijami Lucy. She was not even part of the team in the start, playing the last AFCON. And what a fine player she was. We had Esther Nkoronko, we have all these guys paying, who even had to take a step back. Don't forget, before the likes of Rita Chukwueluka left that team, we had to shout.
Exactly. You've done enough.
It took Deborah Abiodun playing exceptionally before Esther Alimoto Ayinde was benched.
Exactly.
And Alimoto Ayinde had to up her game to come back into that team. So it took a whole lot for us to drop Onome Ebi.
Okay, yeah. Maybe now with the Niger Rattles.
Yeah, it took a whole lot for us to drop our age of 40 or 30 something.
Exactly, yeah.
It took a whole lot. And we had the likes of the menu. We have Osinachi or Adley. We had players who are waiting. Osinachi was a partner. So the menu was knocking on the door, coming from the other 20. And then it took a whole lot. Shout from Nigeria. This cannot run with all these young girls.
But as far as the tournament is concerned,
I think we are one of the favorites for the tournament.
Yeah.
Another team you should look out for is the Morocco team. They are also going to fight all the way in this tournament.
Definitely.
The pain of losing the final last year is still there. And don't forget, it was experience. They outplayed us in the first phase of the game.
Exactly.
It was experience.
That actually got us back.
And they have experience of playing in the final now. So it might be a little bit dicey.
Exactly.
I'm not also ruling out I think, should I say, the Zambia ladies.
Yeah.
They gave us a run for our money also.
Exactly. No, the last time we decimated them.
The previous edition, they gave us a run for our money.
Definitely they did.
I think was it in the third place?
Yes. I think they
dealt with us. I think it was in the third place. They gave us a run for our money. So what I'm expecting now is I think experience should come into bear for us. But we should know. This is to the administrators. My challenge has not been to the players, but to the administrators. That the house you failed to build, that you've cashed on for years, when it comes crumbling, you are not going to get a penny for it.
You can say that.
This is what is going to happen.
You can say that again. But with all of what Emmanuel have said, we no suppose get, make I use that language, make I use it like that, we no suppose get high blood pressure for the Super Falcons to do something big.
But this is Nigeria. Anybody can give high blood pressure.
And one thing about this one is the fact that no Women World Cup qualifiers will be held separately. So the first 4 teams that made it to the semi-final will automatically qualify for the World Cup, for the Women World Cup next year. and the remaining 2 others will have to go and play confederation playoffs right there. So Nigeria Super Falcons will be playing from the Group C, where Egypt, Malawi, and Zambia are right now. So as it is, all the best to the Super Falcons. So Emmanuel, still Nigeria right now. The Commonwealth, I think we have a whole lot of conversation on that, but time is actually not our friend right now. The Commonwealth, Toby Amusan, Ise Brune, these ladies, they are still keeping up to that level. They've not started falling victim of their standards right now. So I think, what do you see as far as our participation right now at the Commonwealth is concerned? Because in the last edition, it was very, very okay. I can say that we did awesomely well, but we are looking for something better than the last time. So
I think starting from, is it 23rd of July now?
Yes.
To August. Yeah. I think August. One thing that we'll be seeing is, I think for Nigeria, there's no excuse for failure.
Definitely.
Because for the first time, the National Sports Commission has given them a top-notch facility in Aberdeen, Scotland, for them to train.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse that our training facility is not this, it's not that, and all. And I think you mentioned Tobiloba Amuson, but I'm looking at Koinsola Ajayi, the 100-meter boy from Ikorodu, who is running sub 9 at this point.
Wow.
Koinsola is running sub 9. I think the last time in the Diamond League, he just aced the likes of Emmanuel Eseme from. He aced all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Even the defending Olympic, he aced all of them. Koinsola has been on the limelight, and some of us have been shouting about Koinsola, the Ikorodu boy. He led the shots 2 years ago, and he's doing quite well. He has run, I think, about 3 sub 9 seconds this year.
Yeah.
So I think he has the second fastest 100-meter time this year.
Wow.
So it's a prospect for Nigeria that we might be returning to be reckoned as part of 100-meter men race through Koinsola Ajayi if he keeps it up. My hope is that he doesn't sign for a particular brand to be a sponsor, because that will kill him, because they currently train the 100-meter champion. So, and they won't train him to win 100-meter champion. He's coming from the US.
Okay.
So you should understand.
I understand that. I understand that. You can say that again.
So I think the men 3x3 basketball team completed their training and had a friendly the other day.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a very good outing for Nigeria athletes. Most of them has been on fire. Don't forget that the 400-meter, we have likes of Ezekiel Nathan, 400-meter Oduzi has been on fire. So we have Ogeli, or is it Ogesi now, that runs the 400, has been on fire. Toby this season has been on fire, because she's been running sub 12, 24, 12, 30 something. She has not been doing the 12 40 something she does all the time. So it's been actually a good preparation for them. You mentioned Ise Brume, but I think Ise Brume is quietly leaving the stage. Maybe because of what happened to the Brume athlete who happens to be a brother who was involved in the US and she also involved in an accident one time like that. So I think a whole lot of that has happened to Ise Brume. So if Brume gives us a medal, I do appreciate it. But I think most of our medal we should look at what was his name? Equinichi, short put, who has been doing quite well.
Okay.
He has been getting to 4th, 3rd in world champion, but he has not been able to reach that mark. But this is the Commonwealth; he should be able to reach there. Amacho Shade also has been doing quite well, so I think this can also propel her to there. So, but overall, I think Nigerian athletes are having a good preparation.
Yeah.
They've had good training facility,
yeah.
So no excuse for failure. And they say that disbursement has already begun for them. So let's hope that the disbursement actually gets to them. And there's $5,000 for good medal, which is still small, but considering our pockets, it's better for them to pay them than for them to promise them 20,000 and not pay them any. So I think that works. So let's just from 23rd, I think we just enjoy the Commonwealth Games, but having high hopes in Nigeria.
Yeah, Emmanuel is having high hopes in Nigeria. But come to think of it, this would be the very first time Emmanuel Olonode will be waxing lyrical about something being done by our sport handlers, which means, for me, this is a good news. Like there is light at the end of the tunnel. These guys are doing something just the right way. In the last Commonwealth in 2022, right there in Birmingham, the Nigerian contingent did 35 medals, 12 golds, 9 silver, and 14 bronze.
Don't forget we were stripped of the 4x100
Exactly.
From women 4x100 meters
4x100
for lane infringement.
Exactly. So, but as it is right now, their standard has actually been seen in the last edition. So, may they not be a victim of their standard, and that's how it's going to be. So, lastly, on this program, we've seen things happening around right there in the transfer market. Because why? In less than a month, the club football will take center stage from different countries right in Europe. And right now, we've seen clubs doing beautiful businesses. And things like Aston Villa, they've been selling names. I don't know what they intend to do, but the World Cup has actually been making some things to hold back as far as negotiation and making some key transfer deals. So, Emmanuel, Real Madrid with Jose Mourinho, and Real Madrid has gotten Cucurella, and I'm saying Real Madrid will still press the button to get Enzo Fernandez, because what Enzo Fernandez is doing in this World Cup, I'm sure Real Madrid will want to call. Barcelona and Julian Alvarez, that saga is still ongoing, and one way or the other, I still don't think Barcelona will get the signature of Alvarez. But if they can do that, that will be a beautiful one. Manchester United has done Telemann. Manchester United has done goalkeeper backup, Dalot. They've taken Santos
from Chelsea, yeah.
From Chelsea. So, like, this coming season is going to be a wild one. So, what is your take as far as the transfer window is concerned, and how well do you see some top teams doing some reasonable deals?
I think for Manchester City, going for Anderson, I think the fee is not worth it. I saw Anderson at the World Cup.
Exactly.
The fee is not worth it.
But he did awesomely well.
When you do awesomely well, it's different. You can't compare Anderson play to Rodri's play. It's quite different.
No, don't take it to that level.
So
we know how English market gets to high prices.
No matter the pressure, Rodri is a player that doesn't recycle the ball. He beats the pressure for you. Anderson recycles the ball. Anderson is just like a downgrade of Declan Rice, who also recycles ball. The price tag is quite much.
Exactly, you can say that again.
Then you look at Manchester United going for Tillemans all the way from Henderson, Brazilian Henderson, that they were not able to get due to, he said, from Atlanta, they said injury something, or I don't know, medical, he didn't pass medical. But you look at them going for Tillemans and Santos from Chelsea. Well, maybe they want to unleash Bruno Fernandes and close the space behind him next season.
Definitely.
Maybe. But I think it's also a good business because Tillemans is a winner and he has seen it all. He has won it all. So it's going to be a good addition for them if they want to win the FA Cup. But I don't think it's a good addition if they want to win the Premier League.
The Premier League.
You look at Chelsea. Only God knows what is happening at Chelsea. Only God knows. But let's keep praying for Chelsea.
Maybe we have to talk about that sometime, because why?
But you look at Arsenal, I think the headache Mikel Arteta is happening right now is William Saliba, who got injured. We knew he had the injury before the World Cup because we know the likes of William Saliba, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, they were carrying injuries, but they were so important for the French and English national team. And now Saliba has gone off injured. I think it's going to be out for about 4 months. So market, because they were looking at buying someone to raise Ben White to deputize for your Timber. Ben White might be kept to play in that central back position, or Timber move there and then they find a way to wait, because they can't get an Saliba coming back who will sit on the bench. So they need a rotational squad player. And you also look at Declan Rice. I think Bruno, if they can get Bruno from what's it called, Newcastle. It's going to Guimaraes from Newcastle is going to be very good for them, because Declan Rice cannot play any game. I'm looking at him till September, I think, after the first international break. So for the first phase of the league, they are not going to have Declan Rice. Same with Bukayo Saka, who has been who is being managed.
He has been
managed.
He's a shadow of himself.
No, he's not a shadow of himself, because Saka has not been fit. He has been battling with Achilles injury since January, so he hasn't been fit. So he has been managed. That's why you see Bukayo Saka is not playing games consistently like before. And towards the end of the season, he came in well and played for Arsenal because they had to push him. Players had to be pushed. They've lost Trossard to Besiktas, and then they've gotten Christian from Club Brugge, 34 million, which is quite good. Which is quite good, but it saves them money, but brings in experience. So I think Arsenal has been quiet, but I think now they are going for Morgan Rogers, who they are going to get. After the World Cup, I feel like they're going to get him, and they're going to close their deal. Julian Alvarez is still on their radar, but Barcelona and Atletico are playing. They are playing senior wife and junior wife game with their husband, who is Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez has admitted that he wants to join Barcelona, who is his first choice, and if he doesn't join, he's looking at Arsenal. But they don't want to sell him to their rivals. They prefer selling him to Arsenal, but the player prefers Barcelona first. But don't forget, Arsenal nowadays go for players that want them, not players that don't want them. So you look at Real Madrid also, Cucurella.
Emmanuel, before you complete that, we'll still go to the Santiago Bernabeu. But before we go further, I think we need to go on a short break. Just stay with us, because when we get back, a whole lot of other juicy conversation will be coming up right here. Please. Sure, what you have to say as far as the program is concerned is you've been having a fantastic time staying with us, and this is how we do it on this show. So Emmanuel has taken us to some level as far as the transfer market and how affected some top teams have been in the transfer market. So Emmanuel, a whole lot of us, or let me speak for myself. Me, as a person, I say to myself, Jose Mourinho coming back to the Santiago Bernabeu. This must have been the desperation Florentino Perez must have actually seen. Let's not forget the Barcelona dominance as far as the Clasico is concerned. And Real Madrid has done 2 seasons right now without winning the La Liga. So Jose Mourinho, that left in that acrimonious circumstance in his first spell, has been asked to come back. And me, I said this: Jose Mourinho's coaching ideology is obsolete right now, with the way things has been happening around him in recent time. Now, I'm sure Real Madrid will back him up with quality players, and Jose Mourinho knows how to enforce it on his employers to get him his own kind of players. What is your expectation as far as Jose Mourinho's second spell at the Santiago Bernabeu?
When you have talent, I always say talent is not enough. Exactly. I think that's something I understood very early. Talent is not enough. When you have talent and they cannot deliver, then you have to bring in